We are DFTV and we are here in Berlin. We're gonna start our journey today at the Hauptbahnhof.
Sehr gut.
Yeah, which is the central train station here in Berlin. We're gonna explore some of the iconic sites and historic monuments that way. So we made it over to the Reichstag building, which is a government building here in Berlin. It is epic. This building was destroyed in the 1930s after being set on fire and actually not used after World War II for a while. It was kind of deserted. But after the reunification in 1990, the building was reconstructed and renovated and is now currently used by German Parliament. It's a pretty epic building and it has this really cool glass dome on the top, which you can go up and like see the inner workings. You're supposed to book that in advance and we slacked off and we didn't. So fingers crossed we can go and see it. It's an open doors day where we can go in and kind of explore the rest of the building anyways. So let's see what we can see. To be completely honest, I think we probably picked the best day to come up here. You get to see all the different political parties and you still get to come up here to the dome without booking, which has been awesome. Lack of planning turned out okay this time. I really don't think we could have planned this better. This is awesome. We're up here at the dome. There's so much going on right now. Yeah, we're on the rooftop of the Reichstag building. How cool is this?
A little weird thing for me, being raised by the generation that grew up after World War II. It was always a little weird to show national pride or patriotism growing up. To be honest, I never felt as much like patriotism going on as I feel like around this building with all these huge flags and the government stuff. So it's kind of nice to see that we might made it over this bump.
So we made it to the dome and they give everyone these audio books that give us some awesome facts and tell us about what we're seeing as we walk up and down the dome. It's really cool.
Alright, so these audio guides are pretty cool because there are these sensors, I think they're on the ceiling up there, so the audio guides know where you are, tells you to stop and look out, and it tells you look to your left, to your right, look at that building. So it's pretty cool. You get all the information about this historical stuff of all the surroundings of a lot of Berlin. It's a nice audio guide.
I like it. I couldn't figure out for a while how it knew where I was, but senses, Big Brother knows. So we just came from the Reichstag building. It was open door day, which was awesome. We went through and we got to see different sections. They had a lot of like people there for information, which was really cool. I loved it.
Yeah, I think it was pretty cool too. For me as a German, I'd never been here. It was very interesting to me because I feel like there's a lot of patriotism around this area and a lot of history. So it's actually the first time that I felt that, and that was very interesting to experience for me. Overall, the building experience was awesome. It was super well organized. You could even go up into the dome, which normally you have to book for and wait for weeks.
They also had like all the political parties, which I didn't really know about. There was like 5 major ones that were there. It was really cool. We absolutely lucked out going this day, so we're gonna hopefully see some more of Berlin.
Yeah, we're gonna explore the nearby sites now. For example, the Brandenburg Gate, which we're heading now.
So we walked over and we're here at the Brandenburg Tor, which is probably one of the best known landmarks in Berlin and throughout Germany. Throughout German history it's been an iconic landmark, but it's probably best known for the representation of unity and peace after the reunification of East and West Berlin, which ended the Cold War.
So right here in front of the Brandenburg Tor, if you look down that street, you can see the Victory column in the far back actually, with the golden statue on top.
Wow!
And the punch bag. Okay, so actually in this memorial, it's a Holocaust memorial for all the Jews that were murdered during World War II, and it commemorates them, and it's a pretty big, well-known memorial site right between the Brandenburg Tor and the Potsdamer Platz here in Berlin. Alright, so we came over to this place called Topography of Terror, and it's a memorial site as well as a small museum here in Berlin, and they actually have remainings of the actual Berlin Wall that divided Berlin as well as Germany. There was the actual Iron Curtain, and on this side they have a small museum building where you can read up a lot about the history, how the Nazi regime rose to power, and about all the terrors they committed during World War II. Actually, not far down the street is the famous Checkpoint Charlie. We're leaving these premises now and we're gonna see what the remainings of Checkpoint Charlie look like nowadays. Alright, so fun facts about that car. Those are the cars that were driven in the GDR, in the eastern part of Germany during the division a lot. Since it's been pretty communistic, almost everybody had that exact car, and it's called a Trabant or a Trabi, which is kind of the nickname, and it's a very distinct car. It was a two-stroke, they were super light, made out of cheap metal parts, and they had this Mofa sound since being a two-stroke and the smell to it. So very light, very crappy cars, but they acquired classic status after the reunification, since they almost completely disappeared by now. But still in Berlin you can book tours with them, and some people restore them since they're pretty classic cars right now. And if you see one, you're pretty lucky, and it's kind of fun to see them still driving around. Very rarely though. Look, they have more of them. It's called Trabi World. Must be some kind of company.
Trabi!
That one in there, that's the original color, that they all came in that color.
Ah.
So. Alright, so we made it over here to Checkpoint Charlie, and this is actually a very historical place right in the center of Berlin. This is where the wall was, and actually the US troops had 3 crossing points of the wall: Alpha, Bravo and Charlie. And in 1961, during the Cold War, a standoff between US tanks and Soviet tanks happened right at this position. It was the last try of the Soviet side to push out the US troops out of the western side. It actually never came to a firefight, fortunately for us. The US troops stayed. Nowadays it's kind of the symbol for the Cold War. They have this booth here where you can take pictures, and it's just a very historical, interesting location right in the center of Berlin. Okay, so we just had a little short lunch break. We explored a lot today. We actually have 1.5 days left in Berlin, but we're gonna end this video here. We're gonna split it up into 2 parts. We're gonna keep exploring Berlin. So thanks for watching. Please give us a thumbs up if you like the video and subscribe to our channel. And we're gonna see you in the next one.